Chase them in there. Say, go cows. See if you can get them to go in there. Good job. Good job, Montana.
They said they have ridden him and good rides and had bad rides. It sounds to me like there's a couple of issues going on. There may be some holes in his training getting him started. There may be accepting the person as the leader. I'm going to start him out in the beginning like he's a brand new unbroke colt, and we're going to see what happens. I want to establish my space. I want to establish that I'm the leader, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see what holes come up. And I want to take a minute and talk about that little bitty thing. Taking a step into my space. Very small action on his part, but it's a very big red flag. But he's coming into my space, so he knows where I'm at. And what he's telling me is he has respect for me. He wants to look at everything but me. So what I'm going to start with him is starting from the beginning, like I said, like an unbroken coat. Concentrate on establishing the I want to say the relationship with him, that I am the leader and he's the follower. So he just, anything that he can see out here, he wants to lock on except for me. I got him moving his feet around. We're going to try changing directions a few times. He really wanted to tell me no, and I had to get kind of hard with him. I am probably going to do some things here that might upset a few people, but I'm going to explain why when I do it. I always ask, tell, demand. I'm going to ask nice first. I'm going to tell him what I want to do, and then I'm going to demand that he do what I ask. If I don't do this, he's just going to continue to disrespect me. Continue. There we go. Good turn. Now I'm going to make him lunge around me and put in a little effort. See right there? He looked to the outside. I want his attention into me. If his attention is not on me, I'm going to do something to get it on me. Every time he looks over, I'm going to send him forward with the whip behind him. Let's change directions. Now, I don't do all this point with the hand, yield the hips. It's not necessary. My body language when I asked him to change directions, told him to change directions. The response to what I ask it to do, I don't need to do 3 or 4 steps for him to change directions. Change the whip, point his nose, there. I want him to put effort into stopping. I want him to put effort into turning and put effort into leaving. This is what's going to establish me as his leader. See if I can work my way over here a little bit closer to the camera for you. I want to get closer to the saddle too, because he saw him acting spooky with the saddle. Well, I want to give him the opportunity to rest by the saddle. That saddle is not scary. That trough is not scary. And if he acts scary, I'm going to send him forward. There's nothing there to be scared of. He needs to pay more attention to me than that trough. If there was feed in that trough, I guarantee you would not be scared of it. All that trough is an excuse. That is his excuse. I'm not going to desensitize him to the trough, because I guarantee you, if I put food in that trough, he'll go eat out of it. What I am going to do is make him lunge right here, and every time he reacts to that trough, I'm going to send him forward. There we go. Good boy. Now we'll go around a few more times. I give him the opportunity to trough or at the saddle. Over there, I'll accept. Good boy. Good boy. Now, I didn't really ask him to stop, but he wanted to stop. He asked me if he could stop, and it was over here by the saddle and the feed trough, so I let him do it. Even though I didn't ask for it, that I want to encourage. Good boy. I've said before, and I've said quite a few times, a trainer cannot put something to a horse that is not there. All a trainer can do is bring out the positive attributes and push back the negative attributes. So what I'm doing right here, I'm teaching him to make better decisions. I'm rewarding his good decisions, and I'm making his bad decisions unpleasant and work. There we look at there. He's looking at me. He's wanting to step to me. It's a big change from when I started. I'm not ready to let him come into my space and pet on him yet, because he was so pushy into my space earlier. We're gonna lunge a few more times the other direction before I'll invite him into my space. I want to invite him into my space after I've told him he can stop, not when he stops on his own. Let's pick up and we'll send him the other way. Point. Good boy. Good boy. See, now I gave him time to think and make a good decision. They go, man. I told him, and then I let him think about it, make a decision. The decision was he's wanting to stop over there now. He's like, that's a good place to stand. That trough in that side is not such a scary thing after all now. This next time. Boy. Hey, you want to come to me now? You want to come? You want to come? Come on. Come on. His head away. I'm going to make you move his feet back. Now, if he doesn't come to me, I'm going to send him away. I'll make him work. Good boy. Come on. Come on. Over here. See them ears forward? He's not paying attention to me. If I had my whip close, I would have picked it up and sent it forward. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, I'm gonna throw this. Throw it up there and pull it down. Good boy. Throw it up there like I expect him to be a broke horse. If I don't start treating him like a broke horse, he'll never be a broke horse. He has two options right here. It's his decision. I'll try to persuade him to make either decision. The decision is all his. He can stand here and let me saddle him and go work some circles. Black and white, it's just simple. He's making some good decisions. All right. See what he does when I throw the saddle up there. I have started probably 400 colts with this saddle. It is very broke in. Now what I'm going to do, when I bring that girth up, I'm not going to just bring it up and start tightening it down. I'm going to bounce it on him a couple of times. See how he reacts. There we go. Good boy. I'm going to bring it up, bounce it on him a couple of times. Now I don't want to girth it up right now so he has that left foot further forward than the right. I would be pinching skin around the right elbow if I was to tighten it up now. Getting it back up a step. Good boy. Good boy. Seems okay with me bouncing it. Now until I get this girth tight, I don't want him to run off with the saddle half on. So I'm going to shorten my rope down. So if he goes to go forward, I can pull his head around. I'm not going to get it tight enough to get on. I'm just going to get it tight enough so it don't fall off. Now, if this was a brand new green colt that had never been saddled, I would just walk away and let him stand here. Since he has been saddled, he is broke to ride. I'm going to ask him to move his feet and see what happens. There we go. Good boy. I like that. Could go up. So far, so good. There we go. Now he wants to be with me. It's a little bit tighter than what I like. Generally, as a general rule, I like the bit to come up to the corners of the mouth with no wrinkles. I want the horse to have enough, there we go, enough slack that he can pick that bit up and holding it. See, he's holding that bit. That's what I want. That horse picks the bit up and holds it where it's comfortable for him to have better communication. I really like how he's holding this bit right away. That tells me that this horse is not when he started. I like to see that. I really haven't seen any holes in his training yet, other than it just looks like he needs more saddle time. I'm gonna go over here and grab my lunge lines, my driving lines, and we're gonna see if we can get them a little bit. So I'm gonna start off attaching one driving line to the same place on the halter that the lead rope is attached. Pull out my one line, Then I'm going to sack him out with this line. I want to make sure that he's not scared of it. Good boy. Good boy. Now, if he was to act scared of it and run away, I just let him run some circles. Give him the choice. He can either stand here and let me do this, or he can work. Plain and simple as that. Black and white decision. This is what's going to tell me if he's a kicker or not. That was good. That's so far looks to me like he's had that done to him before. Do a little bit on the other side. I don't know anything about this horse. The lady that owns it told me where she got it, and it was somebody that I did not know. I don't know anything about them. I don't know how they start their horses, how they work the horses, anything. So far, this horse looks to me like it was started pretty good. Just looks a little green and needs more saddle time. We'll see if that changes through this while I'm working him here. Okay, so while I did that, I'm going to take this lunge line, and I told him when I was done, he'd let me rub it all over. You can do this. You can use your lunge whip to move the horse in a demand fashion, as long as the horse knows why he's being scolded. It's just like a child. They have to know why they're being scolded. Good boy. Good boy. All right, over here. Over here. Losing his attention. Now, what that's telling me, he is young. He's 4 years old. I'm losing his attention. Right now, that just like a challenge in school, they'll get bored. So, with this rope earlier to make him go, because I can get away with doing that because he knew he was in trouble. Okay. Now, I'll go back to the rope. So what I want to do now, I'm going to leave the lunge line, sure that he will follow his nose. Before I get on his back, I want to make sure that I can control speed and direction. Control what direction I go in and how fast I get there. Pressure and see if he'll follow it. Good job. I'm kind of reaffirms that I think I've done with him before. Good boy, he's chewing. Probably can't see it since he's turned away. Chewing, a horse is not scared and defiant and chew at the same time. When a horse starts to get scared, first thing it's going to do is lock his jaw down. Good boy. Good boy. So when a horse chews, that means they understand, they're soft, they're relaxed, and they're willing. That's what I want to see. Throw it across the other side. I want to make sure I get When I drive him, I can steer both directions. Pull his head to the left. Good boy. Good boy. He definitely knows how to follow. Do that one more time to the left just to make sure. And I'm going to start getting up and down. A couple of weeks ago, I went out and rode with the channel Farm on Route 66. And the boys with 10 Barn Farm. They stepped down that horse, I don't know how many times. Such a good job getting that horse broke to getting on. Teaches them to want to stand still when you're getting on. They do a really good job. If you're out that way and you need to send the horse to be trained, I'd highly recommend them. If you want to get one good and broke. Okay, so if you'll see, when I attach the lunge lines, they're not attached to the bit, they're attached to the halter. So when I'm steering him around, I don't want to be pulling on his mouth. When I get in the saddle and I start working off the mouth, I want to make sure I have a good, soft, responsive mouth to work with. So I'm not going to ruin it by pulling on it now. I'm going to pull on that saddle. I have to saddle. I'm going to pull on the halter. All right. Ask him a turn. Good boy. A little bit confused. A minute ago he got his release by turning to me. He's not getting the release now. There we go. Good boy. Now this is what's going to tell me if I can control the speed direction when I get on his back. I want to be able to steer him around and slow him down. I'm going to try to keep him in the frame of the camera. I don't have anybody operating my camera for me. Try to keep him in that frame. If we go out of frame, we'll come right back. We're in it's what I call my round pin, my cutting pin. It is about 50 by, well, probably more like 60 by 85. 18-wheeler container truck pulling it. So I'm probably gonna lose attention a little bit here, but I'm trying to keep going. We're getting a roll-off container brought in for storage. And that's going to go over here on the side of the barn. It'll be to your left from where you're looking. See if we can get him turned on. He's a little distracted. There we go. So I'm having a little bit of trouble getting him to go forward. He's wanting to steer around, but not too much go forward. So that tells me I need to work on that. Pretty good control of steering. But if I can't control slow down either. So I can't teach him to slow down until we get some go. I'm going to drive him. Work on my go forward, and I will step up on him today, but all I'm going to do is step up and down. Hey, just looking at that truck. All I'm going to do is step up and down. I really don't want him to walk forward because I don't feel it. So I'll cut out some of this ground driving. I know that can get boring. And I will bring you back when I'm stepping up in the saddle. Okay, so I've been driving him a little bit. Attach the reins. I'm going to attach the reins the same way I had the driving lines attached. I want him to stand at the mountain block to get on. Yeah, it's not such a scary object anymore, is it? If I swing my leg over and sit down, I'm not going to ask him to do anything but stand here. I may not swing my leg. Step up and down from the mountain. Watch his expression. I'm going to let him tell me what he's ready for. I used to not start horses too much with a mountain block. That truck's still making more noise over there. Used to not start horses much with a mountain block, just because, I was young and just could jump up there and it really didn't matter to me. Not as young as I used to be. By the time I work 8 or 9 horses a day, if I don't use a mountain block, I'm kind of sore at the end of the day. So I'm going to start off, we're just going to go over to the mountain block. I'm going to ask him to stand by. There we go. Now, there's a lot of people that'll teach the horse to yield over to the block. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that's kind of a neat thing to be able to do. But at this stage, when they're young, I want to be able to pick that mountain block up and create a little noise and throw it around and get desensitized to it. And them get okay with me moving it around. Want me standing there? Any horse to want to stand at the mountain, you don't want to get on and ride off every time right away. So that's why I'm not going to get on him. Probably not going to get on him. We'll see. And if I do, that's why we're not going to ride off. The beginning of this exercise with him, physically demanding. We lunge, we change direction, pretty physical. And then we came down the ground. He had to use his brain a little bit, but he wasn't working very hard. Well, now I'm just asking to stand by the mountain block. It's pretty easy. So I want him to learn that if he would start easy, we can end easy. He's the one that puts the pressure on himself. It's not me, it's him. And if he just makes good decisions, his life could be pretty easy. Boy. Now if you notice, his ears are flicking around a lot more than they were in the beginning. In the beginning, he wouldn't bring his ears back on me at all. They were on anything else but me. Now, his ears are flicking around. He's looking at other stuff, but they come back to me. Bring him to a little bit different spot. Move my mountain block. Throw my rope up there now. The ears do while I'm up here. They're forward, they're back. All right, now look at them, both of them back. That is what I want to see. He is paying attention to what's going on out here. Good boy. Good boy. Now you notice I rub his hip a good bit. I do that. I want to make sure he's okay with stuff touching him there. And a lot of times what will happen, if I step up and they move a little bit, I could bump him with my foot. And I want to make sure that he's really used to being patted there and rubbed there, so that if I do bump him with my foot, it's not going to cause a problem. Do it one more time. Now, once a horse is used to that mount block being thrown around and used to being on a mount block, I think it's a great idea to teach them the high, other valuable thing that they can know. I'm just not going to teach that from the beginning. I think they need to know this first. I'll do that one more time. I'm probably going to quit for the day. If one of the things that I really advocate is only get 1/2 of 1% improvement when you work your horse. This is the first time that I've worked him, so I really don't have any gauge of what he would have been before, but I do know that he was a problem for the owner. But looking at what I had when I started and what I got right now, definitely have more than that 1/2 of 1%. So I'm going to stop him on this. Good boy. Good boy. I'm gonna stop him on that. That was a good day for him. I really like that. I think once I'm established as his leader, I think this is going to be a really good horse so far. So we'll make some more videos and follow through and see just how it goes. So I want to thank you for watching. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, if you would please click subscribe and click the thumbs up button. Make a comment below. If you are a subscriber, I want to thank you for following along with me. And click comments below. I am sure I'm going to get some comments about how I use that lunge whip. I'm sure there's some people that's going to tell me they don't like it, and some that's going to tell me it's okay. But you saw how I got the response that I needed at that time, and how he was not afraid of that lunge whip. So until next time, thank you for watching.